Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and I hope you had a real nice holiday weekend wherever you happen to be watching from. Paul, do they celebrate Memorial Day in Canada?
Yeah, they do.
My name is David Letterman. Let me tell you something. Crime is a disease, and I'm the cure, all right? I guess the most commonly heard phrase all across this country this weekend was, excuse me, is this the line for Hands Across America or Cobra? So we...
What?
Or Cobra.
Or Cobra.
Or Cobra. Hands Across America. Or Cobra. Boy, I don't want to say something ugly happened here in Manhattan for our portion of Hands Across America. Where were you standing, by the way, Paul?
I was in between Marilyn and Alan Bergman.
Anyway, we had a lot of celebrities participated here in New York. There was Yoko Ono, Helen Hayes, Kool and the Gang. Is that right? Helen Hayes and one of her favorite groups, Kool and the Gang. Also Harry Belafonte, and I guess the event lasted about a half an hour. And after it was over, people didn't want to leave. They were having trouble dispersing the crowd. So in order to facilitate that, the police asked Yoko if she would start singing. And now, of course, we're all getting ready for the 4th of July Statue of Liberty celebration, and the plans for this keep getting more and more elaborate. They're going to have a multi-million-dollar fireworks display, and they're also now, in addition to that, planning to have a dozen mob informants start their cars at the same time. So it's Can you hear me all right? Okay. What a show, folks. Here's our good friend Paul. Say hello to him, and we'll do something else.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, everybody. Happy Memorial Day. David, can I ask? You mind if I ask you something?
Ask me a question, Paul. Did you have a nice weekend, first of all?
Yeah, I had a nice weekend. It was my weekend with the kids, you know. So I picked them up, and
What is this beacon up here? Is there a reason for that? Is this light always here like this? Are we landing small craft from somewhere? Shouldn't this be out at Teterboro? It's shining right in my face. Well, I guess I shouldn't be looking up there, should I? Well, it's never been here. What happened in here? The sports guys did that, didn't they? Can anybody hear me? Do you know what I'm talking about? No, Jeff, it shouldn't be there, should it? Well, we had a boom shadow. We had a boom shadow, and so retinal damage is better than a boom shadow. Cheryl, is this all right with you out here, this thing?
She said it's fine.
Thank you very much, Al. Well, let me know when this side is done, and I'll turn over. I guess I shouldn't let this bother me, should I? Okay. Yes, Paul, what were you... I'm sorry, go right ahead.
It's starting to look nice, though, the color.
Well, there's this beacon. It's about a 40 megaton deal. Is that?
I know. Is it warm under there?
No, it's not warm. It's just that I can't see anything really when I look to the band.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, everything's all right. It's just, you know. What about your weekend? How about your weekend?
I had a good weekend. You know, whenever it's a long holiday weekend, we always try and do a little something special. And this year, I spent the weekend pretending I was Elvis, and Meryl pretended she was Priscilla. So we had a real nice. Oh, stop it. You come down here and sit with this light and see what... I'm telling you, it ruins your brain. There's a duck noise. Somebody made a duck noise out there. We have a top 10 list from the Home Office in Milwaukee. Let me... tonight's category, the top 10 words used in the New York Post headlines. Here we go. Number 10, co-ed. Number 9, tot. Number 8, horror. Number 7, strap hangers. Number 6, mom. Number 5, weirdos. Number 4, his honor. Number 3, torso. Number 2, Herr Steinbrenner. And we have a tie at number 1, Sleigh Fest and Lotto. that the theme from Bonanza? What was that?
No, that was Moon Shadow.
Oh, I see.
By Cat Stevens. Kind of Boom Shadow.
Yeah, Boom Shadow. I see.
Moon
Well, see,
Shadow.
no, it's fine, but I made the mistake of looking into it once, and now I see these little black spots every time I look around.
You don't?
Well, there it is. That's the culprit right there. Now we're going to ruin a $200,000 camera, shining it right into the light there.
There we go. Whoa.
Perfect. This is a bug zapper, isn't it? It's not a light at all. It's just keeping our backyard free of insects. Well, Paul, we're going to start the show tonight with one of your favorite little deals. It's small town news, and I know, as always, you have some music prepared for the introduction here.
Yeah.
News items from newspapers all around the United States.
What's my favorite segment of the David Letterman show? It's got me all in a whirl. It's a thing called news, but not just any kind. It's small town news.
You didn't just make that up, did you?
Just right on the spot.
Oh, you did?
Totally just now, yeah.
This item comes to us from the Stratford, Connecticut Star. I've been in Stratford, by the way. It's a little item here. It says, pheasant and quail for dog training or oven ready for gourmet meals. Pulaski Farm, Monroe. Honey, help me get the bird away from King. Company's going to be here at 6, will you? This item comes to us from the Enterprise newspaper located in Winchester, Tennessee. Elect Richard Hippie Shelton, Sheriff of Franklin County. He will, of course, be fighting crime with his pals Link and Julie. Do we have that asbestos map? Just bring it out here and hang it up there. Oh, good. Fort Collins, Coloradoan, classified section, kids growing must sell guns. Winchester 270, Remington 12-gauge, Winchester 22. You know, if I were you, I'd hang on to those guns. You may be babysitting the grandkids one day. And this item comes to us from the Auburn, New York Citizen, local activities page, Frozen Bog Walk, 10 a.m., Letchworth State Park. Frozen Bog Walk. I believe this is the project that Ken Cragen organized before Hands Across America. Damn it, I tell you, it's the lights. Not a bad idea. Thank you, sir. Mount Kisco newspaper. Girls 3 to 27, boys 3 to 10 enter the Miss Hemisphere beauty pageant. You know, we're pretty proud of Joe Jr. He beat out a woman twice his age for the title of Miss Hemisphere. Thanks, Paul. Here's something from the, now what, oh, we have sunglasses coming? Oh, let me see what we have here. Oh, this will be good. Now, who are these from? Where did we get these?
Well, this is mine.
Oh, that looks... Okay. Okay. Now, that's much better. The other one? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can look into this all day now. Is there a solar eclipse coming up I can test these on there? Okay, here we go. Can we get a little more light in here, please? It seems a little cloudy in here now. This is from the Akron Beacon Journal, Crime Watch column, larceny. A 38-year-old Akron man told police a man in a bar snatched a silver ring he was wearing around his neck on a chain. The man valued the ring at $50, but told police it had once belonged to Libyan leader Colonel Muammar Gaddafi and was 3,000 years old. I believe this is the guy who also reported a missing Budweiser belt buckle he said once belonged to Thomas Jefferson. Well, that's a long trip to find out the store is closed, isn't it? How are we doing? How are we doing on time? I can't see it. Just tell me how we're doing. Just tell me.
We're finished.
We're all done?
We're done.
Well, let me do one more, and then we'll get out of here. Well, let's see. This one here. Okay. This is from the Northern Star in DeKalb, Illinois. Police beat column. Richard Keeley was arrested Friday for theft. An employee at the 7-Eleven food store said Keeley bought a sandwich and grabbed a handful of taco sauce packets. The employee said she told Keeley twice to only take one packet of taco sauce, but Keeley grabbed a handful and left the store. Police located Keeley and brought him back to the 7-Eleven.
Oh, you said slowly. I said
Okay. Welcome back to the show. Let me tell you who is here tonight. Belinda Carlisle is here. She's going to sing with the band, Paul and the gentlemen in the band. And also, all the way from Los Angeles, California, bail bondsman Joey Barnham. He's going to sing with the band, right, Paul?
Yeah.
And a visit from Larry Bud Melman a little bit later, so it's a... And to begin the festivities tonight, we have a little something we like to call Stupid Human Tricks. These are interesting little gimmicks and peculiar tricks and antics and so forth that people have been taught to do, and I guess they usually do them in bars to win bets for drinks and so forth. Remember, this is only what is it? Only an exhibition. It's not a competition. No wagering. Thank you very much, sir. Is there a... Oh, we have a doctor with us tonight. Oh, is there a Dr. Joe Fusco here? Dr. Joe Fusco. Come on out, doctor. Hi, doctor.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from, first of all?
From Freeport, Long Island.
Yes, sir. And what kind of doctor are you?
I'm a dentist.
You are a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been practicing?
For 3 years.
Well, you should be pretty good by now. Do you get that? Yeah, okay. And what are you going to do for us tonight, Joe?
Today, we're going to dive through a pair of picture frames.
Mm-hmm. A pair of picture frames. Now, these are ordinary picture frames that you've covered with some kind of wrapping paper, tissue paper,
right.
And you've put them together with like some kind of slats there.
Yeah, 1x2 furring strips.
Well, what did that cost you to do that?
35.
$35?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going to dive through those.
That's correct,
okay.
yeah.
Now, do you need any help from me?
Yeah, sure. I'd like you to come around this way.
All right.
Hold on to the frame.
I'm going to put these cards. Paul, I'm going to put these cards here. Okay.
About this height. Right about where I have it
You want
right
to
now.
hold it like this?
Yeah. Nice
And
and firm.
which way are you going to dive through
I'm
this?
going back to the front.
Okay. Now, and what's the chances of me getting my hands hurt?
If you hold it tight, there shouldn't be any problem at all.
Okay, just like that. How about
Nice
a
and
drum
firm.
roll, Joe? You want?
Sure, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Great.
This man's a dentist, ladies and gentlemen. You're in good hands with this guy, aren't you? Dr. Joe Fusco. Take care of yourself. Okay. Thank you very much. We still have some open lines. Keep those pledges coming in. That was stupid, wasn't it, Paul? That guy could have knocked all his teeth right down his throat.
That was stupid.
Is Mr. Frank Evangelisti back there? Frank, come on out, sir. Hi, Frank. Nice to see you. How are you? Evangelisti? Yep. Where are you from, Frank?
Andover, New York.
What do you do for a living there?
I'm executive director of Andover Stork Preservation.
Oh, you're taking care of wildlife.
No.
No. What are you doing?
We are a state-funded agency to give housing assistance to low and moderate income people.
Oh, I see. Well, well, never mind. All right, I'll tell you one thing. Another outburst like that, I'm turning this damn lamp on you people, okay? I'm sorry you had to hear that. Okay. But I actually kind of hold you responsible for it. Okay, Frank, what are you going to do tonight?
I'm going to stack dice.
You're going to stack dice, all right, Frank? Is this particularly difficult to do?
Not really. No, no. Extremely difficult to do.
All right, go ahead. You're going to stack dice. No, you're using a thing there. What do you...
This dice cup.
A dice cup.
Right, 4 dice.
Yeah. One more time. Go ahead, Frank. How are you doing that, by the way?
I don't know.
Bye-bye. We done with this? That was pretty impressive, wasn't it, Paul?
That was a nice one, yeah.
Did you see that?
Stacking dice, yes.
Are you paying attention?
No, I am.
Okay. Okay. Our next guest is a Mr. Dave Stackhouse. Dave, come on out here, sir. Nice to see you. How you doing, Dave?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Where are you from, Dave?
Boston.
Boston? And what do you do there?
I'm a student
Where do you go
at
to?
Amherst.
University of Massachusetts, Amherst.
Yes.
What are you studying?
Hotel restaurant management.
And what do you want to do when you get out?
Probably manage a hotel.
Really? I don't know what's the matter with me. It's the holidays. I'm completely out of whack. Tell me what your little trick is here tonight, Dave.
I'm going to ride in the dryer and change my shirt while I'm in there.
This is an actual dryer?
Mm-hmm.
And where did you learn how to do this?
Up at school, there's a big laundromat, and we go over there sometimes late at night, take a few spins.
And you're probably getting credit for this somehow? Now, this is the stupidest part of it. Let me have this card, Kevin. Lawyers for NBC have asked me to pass this valuable bit of information along to you. This is NBC's policy. This is how they feel about it. If it were up to me, give it a shot, you know? But, now, is this dangerous?
No, not really.
No, it's not really dangerous.
No.
So would you suggest people at home try it or not try it?
Try it.
No, you can't, because this comes to us from the NBC legal department. So don't try it at home. It's very dangerous. Okay. All right, Dave. How long will this take to change the shirts once you're in there?
40 seconds. Just let me go until I do it.
Oh, let you go till you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And do you want a drum roll or anything?
No, music though.
Okay. A little music would be nice, Paul. Some music. Some dryer music?
Funky music.
Funky music? All right. Any particular... in slow motion. Unbelievable. There he is. Yes, sir. Nice job, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. Have a good... Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Oh, boy. He's out on his feet. You know he prefers the designation Q-card goon. Audience members are not allowed to cross Mr. Melman's personal line of death, an imaginary line drawn from the tip of his shoes to the top of his belt. And finally, while Mr. Melman is an attorney, he is not a member of the armed services. He dresses that way. He dresses the way he does because it makes him look good, damn good. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Larry Bud Melman.
A hearty good evening to my wonderful, wonderful television family. I'm Larry Bud Melman. I'm here to answer your questions about personal problems, money problems, and affairs of the heart. Remember, I'm not in the service. I dress this way because it makes me look good. Damn good. Let's hear the first question.
Okay, thank you so much, Larry. Nice to see you. Having a good weekend?
Wonderful.
Okay, who has the first question for Mr. How do you do? Nice to see you. What is your name?
Pamela Panker.
Pamela, where are you from?
Manhasset, Long Island.
And you work out there or work in town?
Well, I'm off for the summer. I'm a student.
Where do you go to school?
Drew University,
Where is that?
Madison, New Jersey.
And what are you studying?
Theater.
And when you get out, you're going to be...
An actress?
Oh, congratulations. And you have a question for Mr. Melman tonight?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. Of a very personal nature.
Oh, good, good.
Not that personal. I'm going to be away in New Hampshire the rest of the summer, and my boyfriend of 8 months will be in New Jersey. How do we handle this first major separation of our relationship?
A good question.
Forget about your boyfriend. New Hampshire is a sexual wonderland. A granite-strewn pleasure palace where sin rules supreme. Find the teeniest halter top you can and stay in it all summer. Soon you'll be getting the kind of torrid animal action your young body's craving. And I hear that seafood is quite reasonable, too. Paul Schaefer, please give this nice person 2 T-shirts.
Thank you very much, Larry. Terrible advice. 2 T-shirts.
Paul Boone is on vacation.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. Have a nice summer. Okay. That's right. Paul pointed out Bob Rooney, who normally passes out the T-shirts, is on vacation. Now, who has the next question? How do you do, sir? What is your name?
Jim Jacobs.
Jim, where are you from?
South Brunswick, New Jersey.
Yes, sir. South Bronx?
South Brunswick.
South Brunswick,
Yeah.
New Jersey. And you work out there?
No, I go to school.
Where do you...
Villanova, Pennsylvania. Villanova, Pennsylvania.
You're making most of this up, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. And what is your question, sir?
I'm majoring in accounting, and I'd like any advice that you have on how I could be successful in the future at my profession.
Jim. I knew a young man once. Like you, he was dazzled by the fast-track life of accounting. Sucked in by dreams of fame, women, and non-stop partying. He found himself on a roller coaster, straight to hell. Jim, that young man was me. And that's too high a price for anyone to pay. Paul Schaefer, please give this nice
2
person
T-shirts.
2
Here you go,
T-shirts.
Jim. Jim, from New Brunswick, South Brunswick.
These are absolutely plain. They're absolutely plain white
Yeah,
T-shirts.
no, that's
It's
right.
not like they're a David
That's right.
Letterman
Oh, I know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. Nice job. You have time for one more? Okay. All right, who has the third question for Mr. Melman here? Hi, how are you? Nice to see you.
Hi.
Hi. You have a third question for Mr.
Yes,
Melman? What
I'd like
is
to
your name?
know. My name's Gillian Rothlander.
Gillian Rothlander?
Yep.
That's a very nice name.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Gillian?
Hazlitt, New Jersey.
And what do you do for a living?
I attend the University of Bridgeport.
I see. And up in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Mhm.
What are you studying there?
Graphic design and advertising.
Okay. And your question?
I'd like to know how one knows that you're in love.
Another very good question, Larry.
The symptoms are always the same. Sweaty palms, palpitations, high fever, bouts with nausea, delirious visions, patchy hair loss, and chills. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of a kidney infection. No, but love... Sorry, I can't help you. I've been at sea most of my life. That's a different kind of love. And this is a family show.
Bail bondsman we've ever had on this program. He's also the author of this book entitled They Call Me Mr. Bail. Please say hello to the author and the bail bondsman himself, all the way from Los Angeles, California, Joey Barnham. Joey, come out here. Hi, Joey. Nice to see you. Have a seat. How you doing?
Very good.
Thanks for coming. First of all, thanhanks for hanging around. You were supposed to be on the show last week, and we ran out of time, so I appreciate your trouble.
Thank you very much for inviting me. As a matter of fact, I have a glove. I have somebody give it for me out of my bag. I want to present it to you.
Okay, I tell you what, we'll take care of that after the show.
After the show.
A glove it is? A boxing glove? Because you were a former boxer, weren't you?
Yes.
What weight
Number
category?
3 contender in the world.
In what weight category?
lightweight.
You were a lightweight. Well, how long ago was that? Long time ago.
Well,
Yeah. Now, tell us what a bail bondsman is and what you do.
a bail bondsman takes these people out of jail who get in trouble, which they have their right. It's just like you. If your son was in jail, say it was a $10,000 bail, you don't have $10,000 on you?
No.
You can't go to the bank.
Right.
Bank's closed on a weekend.
The middle of the night, probably.
So you go to the bail bond. And we put up the $10,000 in the form of a bond. And we charge 10%, which is the cheapest deal in town.
So you're a lending
Like
operation.
a lending,
Yeah.
exactly. And we want to collateralize the $10,000 in case the guy goes south,
Yeah.
which they do.
Now, when you say go south, what do you mean?
They split.
Yeah. Now,
Colombia,
should
China, wherever.
Should you be the first person somebody in jail calls after you're arrested? Do they allow you one call?
Well, I always say this. I have a little thing in the back of my card that says, don't call your husband or wife. They may want you to stay in jail. Call your bondsman first.
That's
'cause
right.
They're only allowed one call.
Yeah, yeah. And what kind of people do you deal with?
Nice people, but criminals.
Nice people, but criminals.
Criminals. Anybody that's my customer has got to be nice. But I deal with a lot of bookies and a lot of the mafia boys and gays and prostitutes.
And have you yourself ever been in jail? Have you ever been arrested?
Have I ever been in jail? Listen, let me tell you. I'm at a bar one night having a couple of drinks, and I get a call on my beeper. The guy says, Joey Barnham, come down and get me out of jail. I'm in jail. So I said, okay, if you got the money. He says, yes, just come down and get me. My wife we own our own house. So I verified that. I get in the car, and I'm driving down to this jail. And all of a sudden, spotlights hit me from the back, and the siren. Cop comes up to me, says, I said, what was I doing? He said, you were weaving. I said, you would too if you had 200 fights. So.
Didn't think that was funny, did he?
Well, he didn't think it was.
Neither did anyone else. He couldn't think of it.
But anyway, he's a wise guy. And I get out, he said, walk that line. I said, not without a net. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
He put me in jail.
Anton, you want to jump in on any of these?
They handcuffed me, took me down to the jail. They booked me in the cell. And who's there but the guy I'm going to bail out? So he said, Mr. Barnum, he says, how can you bail me out? He says, you're in handcuffs. I said, get your own bondsman. I said, I got my own problems.
Yeah, yeah.
So my daughter had to come down and bail me out.
Your daughter had to come and bail you out. And that's probably right here in the book, one of the many stories in the book.
That's one of the things in my book.
Now, do you go looking for people who jump bail? Have you ever gone after a guy and had to grab him and take him into custody yourself?
Yes, I have, and I regretted one. Because let me tell you, this guy I had about 2 weeks to go before I had to pay $25,000. And a friend of mine called me and says, Joey, the guy you're looking for is down at this bar. Now he's got a gun, he's packing a gun, so be careful. So I dress up like a woman, with a hat on, high heels and the whole bit.
Do you often use disguises and stuff when you're looking for you?
Not all the time,
Yeah,
but I had to be this guy I had to be careful because he was dangerous. So I had my handcuffs in my purse. And as I'm leaving my office, my wife comes driving up. And she says, what are you doing? She says, is this what you've been doing all these nights? You come home? I said, no, honey, you don't understand. I said, please, just listen, go on home. I said, and I'll be right back. So I go down to this bar, and here's this guy sitting there. I walked over, and I get acquainted with him. He buys me a drink.